Hey guys, it's Julie. Happy St. Patrick's Day. I'm wearing my green and white and I hope you're having a good day. I wanted to just quickly explain to you what I've got going on in here because it's kind of a hodgepodge of several things. So let me just let you know that the cover here I'm using is Inkwell press. I used one last fall for my Happy Planner Classic sized inserts and I realized that it worked really well. I do have to trim ever so slightly off the top and bottom. I think it's like 1/4 of an inch maybe total. It's pretty small. But anyway, I love that this is a nice sturdy cover. It's very, it's a good one. And I feel like everything is very safe in here. So I have that going on. I have these pages. They're from my last year's creative journal that I used in this larger size. And so you can kind of see, actually it'll show you easier. So you can see kind of how awkward of a size they are. I never could find covers for that. So when I discovered that Hemlock and Oak sold Happy Planner Classic sized inserts, they work so nicely with Inkwell press. It was like, I no longer have to come up with the odd sizing as I'm ripping things apart and trying to reconstruct them. So these are Happy Planner Classic inserts that, again, I have trimmed down like 1/4 of an inch to work inside this cover, but it's so close it doesn't bother me to do that at all. So that's where we start, and I just have those up front right now because I'm just referring to them often. I may tuck them in the back and then make this like an official 2026 cover page. Just haven't gotten around to that yet. So Hemlock and Oak sells their weekly dated inserts. I think that they even maybe sell dated daily inserts. I didn't purchase those. I bought some undated dailies. I bought some just plain grid dot, but I didn't buy their monthly. They had a package of just their monthly dated inserts. I didn't purchase those. And then I realized I don't need those. I can just use the Happy Planner Classic inserts that I designed and have in my shop. They're all dated for the whole year, ready to go. So again, I print those, I trim them down ever so slightly shorter so that they will work in this book, but they're basically Happy Planner Classic size. Love all the space, and in March you'll see better how I really want to use these pages, but January kind of gives you a feel. And I am going to quickly flip you through these. I haven't adhered those yet to their week. I don't know what I'm waiting for on that exactly, but I'm going to flip you through these pages just so that you can see. Like, I didn't decide to do this book till February, didn't really start working on it till this month. So I printed some photos and I know I have some stories to tell, and when I get around to it I'll come back and do that. And until then we're just going to keep on trucking. We're going to focus on the current weeks. Again, need to adhere. Here's February. I will be adding some tabs of some sort. Just haven't decided which ones I'm using quite yet. And just here's what the pages look like, you guys. And I want you guys to see that too, because you might see that I'm like going to share something from March and you'll be like, wow, she's already caught up. No, I'm not. I'm still here. Barely have done anything since I last shared these with you guys. And I'm totally okay with it. I have notes in my planner of some of the activities. I included a little sticky note here to remind me it'll be okay. So this is more what I have intended for the monthly spreads. I did this, I think, last November, where I made myself write down kind of the words from the day. And I think it's just good practice for me. You know, I don't love my handwriting, but the more I do it, ideally, the more I just get used to it. And it's fine. It doesn't have to be perfect, right? So just doing that, trying to work within the colors of the kit. This washi is from my Cocoa Daisy kit. So these colors are very on capsule, and I'm using primarily these mild liners here to do my lettering. I actually prefer probably writing with the Crayola Super Tips. I feel like they're more predictable. So maybe I'll do some matchups on that to kind of figure out which colors also work. But for now, these are like easy grabs for me. And then, so these I've actually adhered to the weeks so you can see how it should be going. And then again, some more holes that first week of March because I was just, I don't know, just not quite invested yet. And then this week is the first week that I really feel like I started in. And this style is just very, like, I stick a sticker and then I work around. I just love it because it's kind of freeing not to feel like I'm creating something beautiful, but I'm actually just like creating little snippets, and it's okay. They can be beautiful or they can just be a snippet. Like there's just like so little pressure on this style that I just feel like it's fun for me. I just get to play. I oftentimes just look at shapes and kind of think like, oh, this shape will work here because I've already plunked one thing and I need to find something that will fit. So I plunk a shape and I just like how it turns out. I used, again, some of the stickers that I had finished up. I used the backing and then just kind of created little story snippet spots out of that. So I very much feel like this is just a good exercise for me. I think that's kind of why I missed it, because I am to some degree trying to make these little pages like attractive. And you can see, I'll show you an example here. I feel like this is a good example of like what I kind of want this book to look like. I really want to focus in and like pick 3 or 4 little things that I combine and create a something. And then this was more me going into like this habit of just like filling spaces, creating, you know, filling nooks. And I like this, but I like it in this book. And here I really do want to practice, like, I think it's maybe even restraint a little bit, like staying a little bit more focused and then not worrying too much about the journaling. I will try to add the stories more here. And if I don't feel like I have enough room here, I can always switch to dailies here if I feel like I need a whole page. But so far, I think this works really nicely. I don't have that much going on in my life. So yeah, the strip of bacon sticker, it was questionable at best, but I did it and it all kind of worked out. We made it work. But here's another really good example of like product play. Like this little book is like about the product. This one is a little bit more like here's what happened in my day. So I like the combination of both is scratching 2 itches for me, I think. And this, I just loved these stickers, but they were kind of getting to the place where they didn't have the right number of vowels versus consonants. I feel like there were 2 Q's in this. And I was like, why 2 Q's? I mean, granted, I think you can use it as a B or a D or something, but it was just like an odd arrangement. But I loved them. I loved the shape of these and the colors. So using the backing, which one of you guys kind of gave me that suggestion when it came to using the backing for a letter. If you didn't have an N, you could cut it out. So I did that there for her name. But yeah, this has just been fun. And this is an F upside down that I was like, I could cut off those little things, but I kind of wanted to leave it because it's just like, yeah, I reused an F as a J. I thought it was cute. So I don't know if I'll get anything else done on this page as far as I've kind of worked ahead a little bit. This is today, the 17th. It's St. Patrick's Day. So I have a couple things over here set aside that I'm going to incorporate, but I've already worked ahead because I just wanted to. I wanted to play with those stickers and I didn't want to, but I still wanted a fully green St. Patrick's Day layout. I'm going to do monochrome green here. So all that to say, product-based, story-based. And so this I'll still call my creative journal. This one will be kind of my memory keeper, I guess. I'm not entirely sure what to call each because this used to be creative journal to me, but now creative journal has a whole different meaning to me. Creating with product versus creating with stories. So far we have Hemlock and Oak weekly inserts. We have my own design for the monthlies. Then I recently subscribed to the Stop the Blur kit. It's a quarterly kit, and in that kit you receive a quarter's worth of inserts. And at first I was like, oh shoot, won't be using those. Or maybe do I need to get the binder? I couldn't decide what to do, if I needed to add another project. But I was like, no, let's keep what we've got going on. There was room in the margins to cut off her punches and still have room for me to disc punch, and I feel like I still have plenty of space. I didn't cut into the days of the week or anything. It was perfect. So, and then they fit just exactly the width that I needed. And I think, yeah, the height too, because they have rounded corners and I have not trimmed those. So everything else was perfect. Just cutting it in ever so slightly was all I needed to do. So I'm very excited to just try something new. This paper is very thick. It's very stamp friendly, and which I think is amazing and smart. Heidi is such a stamper. I was kind of shocked by her old notebooks. They were kind of thin for my standards. So this is great. Highly recommend that. And I do love just, taking pages in and out when I create. So I think that that's awesome. And I'm going to just kind of play with this. I was a little nervous about the horizontal lines, but then I realized I don't even stay in lines, so why do I care? So I almost just purposely layered things in and around, just kind of trying to go outside the lines already, because I know that that's how I'm going to operate. Also in her kits, I just want to mention too, they come with pieces and labels and stickers that I feel like are just those good home bases, and kind of the non-thematic things that I like to incorporate. I don't mind a little bit of flowers and a little bit of stuff, but I feel like I also just need some rest for the eye. I think that Heidi nails that in her kits. She does a nice job offering those pieces, so appreciate that. And then I did include the little planner spot stickers. These come in my little mini kit every month, and I haven't been utilizing those lately because all of my planners and things have been dated. So happy to include that there and, kind of give myself a little feel for where I'm at in the month on these pages. And that's kind of what we're doing. So I have some grid dot Hemlock and Oak that I have not trimmed yet. So you can maybe see a slight difference there in the ledge. Can you guys see that? There, I think you guys can see that. That's about the height difference. And at the bottom, about the same too. So it's really minimal. I would not have to trim. Okay, so in my schedule for myself this week, I was going to share a process video, and specifically kind of a process video of me creating on the go. I'm in Alaska right now, so I did pack components of my capsule. I didn't pack everything. So I thought I would share a video kind of showing you guys like what I have to work with up here. And I'm curious, would you guys like to see me complete this weekly spread, or would you rather see a daily page in here? Let me know if you guys have a preference. Curious, and I mean, I'm going to be working in both, so I guess technically I could film both, but I just thought I would check with you guys to see what you're more curious about. So would love to hear from you. Okay, hope you guys are having a great day, and we'll stay in touch.